Hello, this is Hot 254. Welcome to another episode of Poetic Pharmacy Talk Show, and I am your host, Essy. I want to personally thank you for joining us. So let's fast forward, look at the poem Brilliant Image by Hafez. I wish I could show you when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being. I wish I could show you when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being. This particular poem addresses loneliness. This poem is also suitable for general malaise, loss of motivation, lack of self-belief, low self-esteem, and lack of support. Loneliness is among the most common conditions of the modern age, much exacerbated by the constant presence of social media feeds filled with jokes you don't get, parties you haven't been invited to, and friends you don't have. Even if you have been with a different friend every night for a week, the feed can reduce you to rubble the moment it gets you alone again. So, to protect ourselves from being found out as the flawed, occasionally unsociable beings we are, we conjure avatars of ourselves that project nothing but success, happiness, and well-being. Yet, in a very human way, we find it impossible to see others' avatars for what they are. In our minds, we are the only fakers. For anyone who is lonely or miserable, this trickle of envy produces a slow erosion of self-esteem. And as everyone knows, slow erosion given time can create a chasm. Poets have been describing the malaise of the way we live now, the dehumanizing isolation of city living, the sense of being one identical face among many for centuries. Yet, somehow, it still seems modern, confusing, and unexpected slap from a supposedly benign world. Knowing that, paradoxically, we are not alone in our loneliness can be a revelation. When this issue comes up in the pharmacy, I read and give my patients a copy of these 4 extraordinary and inspiring lines by Hafez. Now, around 700 years old, I encourage them to learn the poem by heart and to stick it on their mirror. By doing this, they can be able to read it every single morning. Some time ago, I received a message from a patient telling me how she had returned to her apartment to find it ransacked by burglars. The only thing that hadn't been disturbed was the Hafez poem stuck on her mirror. "Thank you," she wrote. "It got me through the night." I wish I could show you when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being. I wish I could show you when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being.